Flying knees. I'm going to show you 5 variations of flying knees and also talk about when to use them. A lot of people think of the flying knee as this risky, very explosive athletic attack. It's really not. It's not that risky, and it doesn't really require a lot of skill or athleticism to use. People think when you jump at someone that they're going to clean your clock. It's not going to happen. Like, throw an attack at me. Right. Boom. Oh, you did get me. You did get me there. But sometimes shit happens. I mean, you got to do something. People be like, oh, don't throw a flying knee, because then they'll do this. Well, it's like, don't get out of bed and you won't get beat up. I'm going to show like 5 pretty vanilla ones here. But then I'm going to show like a super duper dirty, the stuff that you came for. Like a real dirty, mean one. I'll show you that at the end. Now, if you have like skill and athleticism, for sure that makes it easier. Show me your flying knee. Just any flying knee. Just show me a flying knee. But like, if you wanted to actually hurt a person with it, like...
It would probably be the bicycle knee.
Okay, let's see it. Bicycle knee. That's our very first one. Let's see it. Boom. When we say bicycle knee, obviously it harkens back to when Masvidal knocked out Askren, but that was sort of a special case. You know, Masvidal had already gotten to the head of Askren. Askren's response and decision to change levels was coded into him long before this fight ever started. As someone comes forward, the wrestler decides to change levels, and you get the boom. But we're not going to do a running flying knee. Now, of course, if I did a running flying knee, that would be awesome, you know? But the bicycle knee is not for running. It's not for running. What it's for is for when you have them respecting that first leg that moves, either through kicks. Boom. Boom. Stance changes. You know, you get him reacting. If I've been tearing this body up, right? He starts to send his hands over there to block that. Ooh. He's going to react to this and get that. That's what it's for. You know? Kick him here. Kick him here. That's what it's for. It's when you've got them respecting the other leg. Because it's a fake. Like the Superman punch. It's a fake one of them to go to one of those. But yeah, it is super cool and fun. Boy! Now it is super fun to get a big running start, you know? And just Tony Jaa the hell out of that thing. And I've made a case that that is something that could happen. Obviously, it can happen in sport. People think, oh, it's too risky. Dude, if you go running and flying at somebody, what do you think is going to happen? Nate, line up over there. Do they think, when they say this is super risky, get in a fighting stance, man.
I'm going to show up.
Right. Do you think, I'll go super slow, and they think that it's going to be like, okay, here comes the big flying attack, and you're going to like throw a punch, right? Like out of the air. No. When you got some little guy hopped up on goofballs, and he's coming flying at you, you know what I mean? You're not going to
get Superman punched.
You have one little moment. There's one specific moment and one specific angle that you can take somebody out of the air. I just don't see when you jump at people them doing much. And that's what the hands are for. But the main idea is that when they respect this leg, that knee becomes more effective. The next version is called the tiger knee. That's just what I call it. I call it tiger knee. Now this knee, it looks like this. Give me this target. No, just give me a little target right here. Is that right there. Now there's no bicycle or load up. It's just that. The details here, I'm putting myself back in my stance, right? So I maybe change levels, maybe don't, right? I come up, knee, and back down to my stance. You might remember this one. This is how Lyoto Machida actually, how his career ended. He tried to hit Chael Sonnen with this, destroyed his knee, and ended his career. That was right before he lost. Remember Lyoto Machida got disqualified for the illegal strikes, Chael Sonnen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. I didn't know that. What did he do to his knee?
He tried to hit Chael Sonnen with his knee.
What messed it up, though?
He tried it twice. Chael Sonnen's hard-ass body. Yeah. You don't remember that? That's how I remember it. So when do we use this? You can use it similarly to the bicycle knee. Maybe I've torn Nate's body up with some really mean little Y'all see it? Should I show them that? Boom.
Yeah.
Comment below if you saw what I was just doing just then. But we'll get super vanilla here for a second. And he's respecting these. Or maybe he's respecting this. You haven't seen one of them from me in a while. What if he, ooh. Yeah. What if he sees that level change? Sees the kick. Level change. When I do this, bad stuff happens, but the threat's not usually up here. But if I change levels, boom! Woo, what you know about that height, son? But what about starting an exchange with a flying knee? Like no setup. That's really good. It's also not super risky. I call this like a thrusting knee. I thrust the knee. But you could do it with a little bit of a jump. My favorite time to do it, we have some kind of exchange. I finish with that right there. He thinks about taking his single step back into just out of range to maybe start another exchange. That moment, when you have an overly defensive person, this is perfect for that. So, we come together, we have our exchange. I finished up with that. Boom! They're not expecting to be hit right then in that moment. That's like a sort of offbeat attack. So we move around. Bang, bang, bang. Move around. This one here, kind of dirty. It works for me because I'm so short. So I guess when you would use it is when you're super short, you've clinched with your bad guy, and he's taller than you, yeah, and standing upright. Now, he's close to me. Everyone knows a round knee, right? Everyone sees that. I come up and in. Up and in. That's how that's done. Up and in. Woo. That's good. But in real life, he's going to be pushing and pulling me around. He's bigger than me and stronger than me. I might only get one shot. I want to make it count. I'm going to leave the ground and push his head at the same time, pumping my little legs, right? And I'm going to go. Whoosh. Has things in common with the tiger knee. When I do it this way, when I just leap straight from here, no bicycle, no double pump, boom. Or maybe I get in this one, boom. Maybe every time we come together, I get in this one. He doesn't like this one, so I go, hey. Woo, give me them kidneys, boy. Pack me peanut blood. You're hitting with the inside of the knee. Now, someone probably be like, this not the proper way. Someone's probably going to have an issue. I know what they're going to have an issue with already. They're going to have an issue. You can't see it, but I'm doing here. Back up. When I made contact, can you see that? When I made contact, I was like this. I was like this right here. Yeah. Like I was sort of like, all right?
You're tripping on my foot.
Oh, sorry. People are going to be like, oh, it's going to be like this. Which that does make my knee harder. You might get a little more impact. But then again, my foot might get caught first. Just relax this thing. Let it fly. Especially in training. That's a little more amicable way to train these. And it's hard enough. Right? I can throw this. Boom. And still have balance. Boom. But yeah, I guess if I wanted to be mean. Boom. Like that. But for training, it's unnecessary. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to throw a million hard-ass knees to the body at Nate just to make a video.
Just did. Just did.
Oh, my bad. So I said earlier, real quick aside about skill and about technique. If you notice with a lot of these, there's a little level 2 to it where you're actually thrusting. You got to stick it in there. So it's got to go up and then you stick it in. Yeah. All right? Like that, where you actually want to put it in somebody, so it makes it hurt somebody. Same with the round knee. It's not just in there like this. It's not just this. It's up, in. From the clinch, you're holding on to the person. You could throw that thing a little harder. So it's usually 2 planes of motion. They can be somewhat simultaneously or they can be separate, but you have to be able to articulate at the hips anytime you throw any kind of knee if you want to have a lot of impact. But if you don't have a lot of skill, this stuff works great anyway. Even if you suck, even if you don't have a lot of skill, even if you don't know how to set this thing up, you throw this, especially like this thrusting one, you just take your hard little knobbly knee at them and jump at them with it while covering up. Even if they block or even if you don't land it anywhere good, you've still made good entry from relative safely. It's a little scrubby, but it depends on the context. Are we trying to win a fight? Are we having a friendly sparring match? If we're having a friendly sparring match, I probably wouldn't do stuff like this because I'm trying to like learn, right? But if like I'm having trouble making my way in through my normal methods and I'm just getting tagged up, you know what I mean? Startle him, let him block it, and then put yourself in a range that you like with your little flying knees.
Yeah. I mean, it don't have to be a kill shot.
Doesn't.
It is, but it's good entry. Like
it's your fucking knee. Like feel how hard it is. And we're talking about moving his insides around. How far do you have to move somebody's insides before they say ow?
Not these, not very far.
Not far at all. All right, the fifth example of a flying knee. We're gonna go back to the clinch, right? This is sort of, a variation. This is sort of a culmination of all the other ones. We're doing all those things at once, right? So I have made him respect one of my legs, either through kicks, knees, or shots, right? When I do things, he respects the motion of this one. This one's my favorite, right? We're going to combine the idea of making him respect this with the explosive power of the tiger knee and the added push that we did with the round knee where we use the clinch to force them into it. We're going to go hand on top of the head. This is like very classical Muay Thai. Hand on top of the head, right? And people think, well, how much can you control a person? Enough, right? Enough. It's a momentary thing. Bang, 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 bang. Boom. That's what we're going to do. We're going to combine all the ideas that we used in all those other flying knees. And now I'm not pushing it real hard. I'm not doing this violently. I'm not pushing it forward as I do it. But in real life, it would be a it would be a pretty violent thing, you know? But you're using this. Maybe you don't have ups like Icy Mike. This will help you, right? This will help you get those ups. You can get up, get that right there. Just jump up and put that right in his face.
Yeah, I knew the first one.
But I know what you're here for. That dirty. So, all those other ideas are cool. Big time thing that happens, you see, when Sanchai wants to kick someone here, he'll jump. He'll jump and kick them there. Because when you come up, people think attacks are coming up here. They don't think attacks are coming down there. This works for the knee. We get like this, or whatever. Boom, right? Jump, boom. Oh, shit.
Now I see that coming. Could have been like, Nate, hey, check.
But then it wouldn't have been as cool.
All right, you don't hurt that man.
Sing for yourself,
Not
man.
anymore.
All right. I was nicer that time. All right. Taking that knee, dropping it right there. Now this, when you target the leg, targeting the side is better with kicks. That's better. If he wants to make his leg a little sturdier, he turns that quadricep into the kick, and you can actually absorb a little more damage. But again, we're talking about the knee, and now we've just added 150 pounds of solid muscle falling at 9.8 meters per second squared. Boom! Dropping this guy right on there.
Yeah, you hit the same spot.
Every time. I know where that spot's at, man. It's getting softer. Every time I hit it, I feel my knee going further into the bone.
No. It's just a squishy skin. You got squishy skin.
So, to review. Boom! Bicycle knee. Tiger knee. Clinch. Jumping round knee. Thrusting knee. Clinch. Jump knee. And hey! If you want more fitness tips, self-defense techniques, gear reviews, as well as concepts to make you hard to hurt, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.